I guess I'm happy to be alive. You know, and too many people say life is hard. And I say, compared to what? What's life hard compared to? What's your point of reference? It's hard compared to not existing. It's hard compared to being dead. It's hard compared to not experiencing this wonderful journey that we have, be we healthy or sick or up or down or happy or sad. What's life hard compared to exactly? Another person's life? Well, that's part of the commandments. Don't covet thy neighbour's oxen. It basically means if you're going to keep envying other people's lives, you'll never be happy with the one you've got. So life is not hard, guys. Life can have its adversarial times, have its ups and its downs and its difficulties. And from time to time, I will say it myself as well. Don't get me wrong. I'll say, oh, life's hard. But when you really think about it, what's it hard? Compared to what? What's our point of reference? Life's hard compared to what?
We're just living in this beautiful world. Sha-la-la-la-la-la-la-la. We're just living in this beautiful world.
So despite outward appearances, I'm still having a lot of trouble. I've just walked, very brisk, brief, tiny walk. I haven't even walked from Featherstale to get here. I've drove to the top of the forest and walked maybe half a kilometre. And walking slow, my pulse got up to 160. So I'm literally having to start at the beginning here with everything I do. I'm having to relearn the whole way I'm going to live my life while I'm like this. And I've took it as a challenge. It can be depressing. Of course it can. I can't run, you know. I'm used to running through here as fast as I can with the wind in my hair. And I look forward to the day I get that back. I have that image in my mind. But until then, I can either be a victim or I can grow from what's happening to me. And what is happening to me is quite a difficult thing. I've lost use of my body, but I'm learning at the same time. I've learned a great deal of how it must feel for some of our special needs children, because I've been stuck in bed for so long. I've learned how important it is to start finding ways for me to bring them here. So I've started to look at building in country off-road wheelchairs with 4 large wheels so we can bring them to places like this. There's no paths here, of course, so it's hard to push them around. At the same time, I'm having to relearn my spiritual practice. Gone is the day I could run, and off the back of my runner's high, I could get my work done, off the natural endorphins that comes from us running. But I can't do that right now. And I'm positive that Share Tanzania would be bigger than it is now if I hadn't got sick. I'm very sure of that. And I know that because I'm more efficient when I've got my body working as it should be, mentally as speaking as well. But what it means is I get an opportunity to learn new practices. And yesterday I sat with a Jain teacher teaching me pranayama breathing, different techniques. And I've started to implement them already. I'm starting to use them as a way to calm and relax and to access my autonomic nervous system. I was already using Wim Hof method, etc. But I've had to start learning from a crawling state, as it were, in all retrospects of what I'm doing. From the ground up, I'm having to restructure my days. I'm having to take it more easy on myself. I'm having to get more help from other places. I'm completely changed, 100% changed. And instead of it being a difficult task for me, I'm taking it as an adventure. It's difficult, it's annoying, it's frustrating, but I'm taking it as an adventure and as a test to see just how God does lead us to healing, because he is synchronistically leading me to the things that I need to be with and the things I need to be doing. So I will carry on moving forward with what I'm doing. I had to change how I eat completely as well. And as well as the changes I'm having to make, there was a change forced upon me. And that change was unexpected for me because I've never nearly died before. I've had moments where you question, where you think, could this be it? But I've never physically nearly died. And those moments have been at times of where I've had physical adversaries in front of me in the middle of the night and stuff here with regards to the problems we face with the witch doctors and things. And it makes you question. You're standing there and you're not sure if what's going to happen, and it makes the thought come up. But I came so close to actually dying. That I can't explain this profound gratitude I've got, and I'm a grateful person. But you can never work too hard on your attitude of gratitude, because I've noticed that for all I'm a grateful person, that these events, this getting sick, has completely opened up a new doorway of gratitude that I used to have a long time ago. When I first started out here, I was much more disciplined in my spiritual practice back then. I was alone all the time, I would meditate all the time, I would fast a lot more. I was more grateful, and I hadn't realised that I haven't become ungrateful, but I'd forgotten to have that as part of my practice. It had been suppressed inside me a little bit, just because I'm so busy doing everything I do. I always give thanks to God, and I don't let anyone thank me here without telling them, no, thank God, don't thank me. But I'm just so, and I'm a grateful person, but there's more depth to it. I guess I'm happy to be alive. And too many people say life is hard. And I say, compared to what? What's life hard compared to? What's your point of reference? It's hard compared to not existing. It's hard compared to being dead. It's hard compared to not experiencing this wonderful journey that we have, be we healthy or sick or up or down or happy or sad. What's life hard compared to exactly? Another person's life? Well, that's part of the commandments. Don't covet thy neighbour's oxen. It basically means if you're going to keep envying other people's lives, you'll never be happy with the one you've got. So life is not hard, guys. Life can have its adversarial times, have its ups and its downs and its difficulties. And from time to time, I will say it myself as well. Don't get me wrong. I'll say, life's hard. But when you really think about it, what's it hard? Compared to what? What's our point of reference? Life's hard compared to what? Compared to an easy life somewhere else? You don't know what a person's life is like. None of us do. But I guess I've just got a renewed gratitude. A really strong, renewed vibrance and zest for my life at the moment. And I'm just so grateful. And I might not be able to run 20 kilometers tonight like I would like to. But at least I can walk a kilometer or 2 kilometers to come down here, And perhaps that's enough for now, while I develop and grow and heal and learn these new skills that I'll be learning whilst I'm sick, which will only help me in the future to help the sick that we work with here as well, I'm sure. So, yeah. So I'm learning to crawl again, ultimately, on one side of things. On the other side of things, on my spiritual practice, I have been invigorated with a new sense of gratitude and purpose for what I'm doing here. And it's also helped me to develop a more keen sense for what is needed over the rest of my life, no doubt. Caring for the disabled children who are already in my care will never leave our care until they are adults and beyond. They'll be here until they leave this world, is likelihood for it will be like. So I need to know what it's like to be bedridden, and I now know. And it's allowed me to start creating new things and practices for the children, and let me see the world through their eyes with a bit more ease as well. So I guess what I'm saying is these are the benefits and the positives I've pulled out of it. And despite the fact that my heart, which is normally beating at around about 55 to 65 when I'm sauntering along like this, perhaps low 70s, is doing 110, 120. But that will pass with the advent of new red blood cells in my body, so and thus less need for my heart to go crazy, and when I kill the bacteria that's messing up my autonomic nervous system as well. So but anyway, on we go. Life's not hard. Hard compared to what? And every shitty situation you end up in, you can find positives in it. And if you don't find the positives in every situation you go into, sometimes you can't find a positive, I admit that. But in the most part, as an attitude toward life, when the times of adversary come, let them grow. Let them make you grow. Let them provide you with growth and knowledge and skills, instead of a time of victim mentality and pain and woe's me. We can all do something. We can all do something. And I hope for people struggling with Lyme's disease or other chronic illnesses that me doing what I do here whilst battling this will show the people that, you know, there's hope. You've just got to apply the certain tools, which is not so easy to do, but they can be done. And perhaps you need to learn them from scratch, but I'm having to learn some new things from scratch as well. I need to learn how to move my body whilst not standing up, ironically, because I struggle with this tachycardia problem when I'm upright. So I need to do more groundwork and yoga work and all of these things to make my body stronger and healthier. Forget that. I love you all, and I'm going to get off because the fact I'm walking and talking means my heart rate's a bit shitty. So I need to focus on my breathing. I've got to relearn how I walk, relearn how I do my videos, everything for a while, starting from scratch. So wish me luck, but hopefully you'll stay with me for the journey. It's never much fun to be around sick people, I know, because I do it for a living a lot of the time. But at the same time, I hope not to drone on in a negative sense about the victim side of myself, and try to stay positive and try to ride that feeling of gratitude that I have been gifted with after 2 near-death experiences, ultimately. So, love you all. Bye. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe, as it really helps us to grow the channel and with it help more children here in Tanzania. Also, don't forget you can support our work by sharing with children in crisis here, be it sharing for a particular need or even sharing one-on-one support for education, housing, food and medical care. It can be done for as little as the cost of a cup of coffee a week back in the West after all. Just visit www.sharetanzania.co.uk to find out more. Lastly, remember you can also support us via Patreon, www.patreon.com/featherstail, and help keep us here in Tanzania to continue our work. The links for the website and for the Patreon are in the description box of this video. Love and light, guys. See you soon.